No one likes when incidents happen. But when something does occur, it's in everyone's best interest to discover what the cause was. It's an absolutely critical factor when it comes to preventing future incidents and avoiding something even more catastrophic. The number one rule when investigating an incident is to keep an open mind. Be objective. Don't look for someone to blame. Instead, consider the investigation a fact-finding mission. The root cause of the incident may be more complicated than it seems. Yes, an employee might have ignored a procedure, but what about management oversight? How about the equipment? Are environmental factors involved? All these things should be considered when investigating the incident. The best investigations are usually those conducted by employees who know the people and the equipment involved. But it's important that the supervisor doesn't jump to conclusions. He needs to work together with employees and follow written fact-finding procedures. Supervisors should also use proper paperwork and get complete answers from the employees familiar with the incident. So what is the best procedure for conducting an incident investigation? Generally, it includes 8 steps. The first is to simply respond to the emergency.
If we have an employee that's injured, let's get them treatment to make sure that that area is secured.
The second step is to identify potential witnesses. Find out whether anyone saw, heard, or smelled something that might help explain the incident. Step number 3 is to collect evidence and record data. To do this, you should have a pre-assembled investigation kit handy.
That kit should be readily available for supervisors or investigators. You should have a flashlight, for example, the PPE, notepads, measuring devices, a camera, some way to communicate, barricade tape.
The fourth step is to talk separately to each employee. Focus on who was involved, what happened, when it occurred, where, and how it came about. Remember to ask open-ended questions too, and write down each response. Next, review all the data.
Do a good thorough paperwork review. Look at your maintenance records, look at previous incident reports, and find out if there's been indicators that could have contributed to this incident.
Step 6. Prepare the investigative report. When you do this, make sure to stick to the facts. Leave your opinions out. Step 7. Implement corrective action. Here's where you make necessary changes to your company's procedures so you can prevent future incidents from happening. Be sure to follow up in several weeks and again after 6 months.
Make sure that the recommendations that were made are actually being used and are actually working.
Be aware that you might not always like the outcome of your investigation. It may call for drastic or tough changes. But remember, safety is the ultimate goal, so the investigation findings should never be ignored.